Hey, what is up, Internet? This is Kyle with Slapshot Toys, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Knights series Netflix Punisher. I was actually lucky enough to find it at my local GameStop, so this figure is out now and you can find it most places. I found it actually a couple different places as well. It is part of the Marvel Knights Man-Thing Build-A-Figure wave, and just from looking at it in the packaging, this thing looks really cool. I'm excited to take a closer look actually at the figure. So let's not delay that any further. To the light box. And here's Frank Castle out of the packaging, and overall I think it's a pretty good figure. There are some definite complaints that I have, but I'll get to that here in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and take a look at the few accessories that this figure does come with. Now, the only accessories we are given with Punisher are two guns. So we get this really kind of nice assault rifle here with a grenade launcher attached to it. This thing looks really good. Love all the detailing that they did in it. You get like all these sculpted work up here in the barrel. That looks really cool. Be like kind of cool if, you know, the clip it or something like actually came undone, so you could kind of have them in an reloading pose. But I know Legends don't get that detailed with it. Scope looks really good. Just your solid black plastic. And the second accessory we are given is this handgun. Not a whole lot of detail on it. The grip is nicely detailed out with a lot of texture. You get kind of like the little screw holes where the grip is placed on the handle. That looks good. Not a whole lot else going on. A little bit of line work there up on the barrel. There's a little bit of marbling in the silver paint apps, but nothing too bad. And it is just the overall straight silver. Taking a closer look at Punisher himself, the face sculpt is okay. It's not something that really screams John Barenthal in my opinion. Unlike the Charlie Cox Daredevil, I mean, they did a masterful job on that. So this one I'm a little bit disappointed in. But overall, as far as just a face sculpt, it looks pretty good. I really like the paint apps there with the 5 o'clock shadow. I think that looks fantastic. Really like that they kind of put the almost kind of blush kind of red there in the cheekbones. I think that come out really good. The eyes actually look really good as well. One of them does look like it's kind of maybe a little bit cross-eyed, but nothing too bad. I really like that they actually have the scar there on the nose. That looks really good. Hair is sculpted out really nicely. I like the way that they did the kind of different layers of how much he has shaved on his head in the TV show. I think that looks really, really good. Ears look really good and nicely sculpted out. Coming down here to the leather jacket, this is kind of one of my first complaints of the figure, is this leather jacket. I don't know why, this just seems really short to me. I think I kind of like something a little bit longer now. It's been so long since I've seen Daredevil Season 2, I don't remember exactly how long his trench coat was. This just looks a little bit small and a little bit short to me. I would have liked it to just been a little bit longer, but that's my personal preference. This is that real nice kind of just rubber, so it moves with the figure very nicely. It's got some nice sculpting work in here. You get some of the kind of stitching lines, definitely some of the wrinkles and everything. That looks really good. Overall, it's cool. I just wish it was a little bit longer. The arms, once again, you just kind of have that bunched up leather look. Not a whole lot of texture on there. It's just kind of the standard black, but you do get the nice kind of wrinkle lines, and it looks like it does look like jacket sleeves. Probably my favorite thing on this is actually the bulletproof skull vest. I think this thing looks absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite things from Daredevil Season 2 in the design of their Punisher was the skull, and I think they absolutely nailed it on this figure. Paintwork looks really cool. Like it's actually spray painted on the vest. That looks really good. All the detailing out looks really good. So you have like all the straps and everything all coming down here in the midsection. That all looks awesome. So this is probably my favorite part of the figure, is actually the torso, and that looks really good. Coming down to the pants, you get a nice belt right there with a lot of texture on it. That looks really nice. Come down to the legs, you get a lot more of like the texture I guess I was kind of looking for in the jacket as well. But you get it all here in the pants. You get some cargo pockets there, all sculpted out. That looks real nice. Not a whole lot going on in the back, just more of the texture detail. And then the combat boots look pretty good as well, as you actually get the laces sculpted all the way up. And then you get the combat boot tread at the bottom. Taking a closer look actually at the articulation now, this is another point of the figure that I'm a little bit bummed about. As far as head articulation, he can look side to side. He can look up quite a bit, even though you do get a little bit of an awkward gap right there. You can also look down actually quite a bit, but once again, you kind of get that bulge there in the back, so it looks a little bit awkward. Luckily, since this is the nice soft rubber, you don't really get a whole lot of restriction there, but the arms do move 90 degrees to his body. There is a bicep swivel here at his bicep. Now, the elbow joints is where I really kind of start to get frustrated with this figure, especially this side. With the trench coat jacket, the way it's designed this is all the motion you get on the elbow. So it's extremely hard to get a good pose with the assault rifle across his chest or anything like that, just because you get such limited articulation here in this elbow, and that's a bit frustrating. Hands do rotate and they move up and down. Now this one is really, really tight on there. I'm afraid I'm gonna break it, but you do get that motion on the hands. Now, as far as the torso, you get really good motion here. So there's actually this cut up here at the chest that rotates, and then you also get your standard rotation here at the waist, and then you also get a little bit of an ab crunch there at the chest, as you can go forward about that much and then go back about that much. And once again, sorry, it's really hard to see with the leather coat. As far as the legs, he can do the splits fairly well, about out that far. There's a cut here at the upper thigh. He is double jointed here at the knee, and actually has a fairly good range of motion. Actually, I think that's almost better than Daredevil's. But yeah, so good range of motion there at the knee. As far as the boots, there is no cut here at the top of the boot, but they do go up and down, and that's the other kind of frustrating things. I'm having a little bit of trouble getting him to stand just because the shoe will not actually go any further than this forward, but it will go back a good ways, and there is the ankle rocker. So overall, I think this is a good Punisher figure, not a great Punisher figure. I really like the aesthetics of the skull bulletproof vest. Just my personal opinion, like I said, I would have liked the trench coat just to be a little bit longer, and I also would have liked the elbow articulation to be a lot better, to where you could get some really cool gun across the chest poses, but unfortunately we didn't get a lot of those things. This is a cool figure if you definitely collect Marvel Legends and you really like the Netflix version of the Punisher. I think, like I said, I think it's a good figure, just not one that I feel like I had to have like I was hoping when I first saw some of the prototype images. It just feels a little bit lacking in my opinion. Not upset at all that I bought it. I'm happy to have it in my collection. I just think it could be a little bit better if they just would have maybe given it a little bit more detail and things like that. So once again, that is going to do it for my review of the Marvel Legends Punisher. Thank you guys so much for checking out these videos. It really does mean a lot that you guys are watching them. Let me know in the comments if you guys have the same feelings that I do about this figure, or if you guys absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys thought of Punisher in the Netflix Daredevil series, as well as the new Punisher series that is coming up. Love to talk to you guys about any of that stuff. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button, and also go ahead and subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any future content, including the Hot Toys Netflix Punisher that I should have here in about a month or so. Really excited for that guy, and I think he's going to look absolutely phenomenal from some of the images I'm already seeing coming out of Hong Kong. So super excited for him. So make sure you guys don't miss out on that by subscribing. And once again, that's going to do it for me this evening. Thank you guys so much for checking out these videos, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.